Welcome back to Chem with Kess. Today we'll be discussing nucleophilic addition for aldehydes and ketones, talking about acetal. However, we did acetal already, so you're like, Kess, why are we back with something different? Now, with the acetals, just as a friendly reminder, you needed 2 moles of whatever alcohol you were going to use, and that was going to create 2 ethers. The same thing is going to happen here. However, for when we learned it before, we had 2 separate groups where it would look like what I just drew at the bottom if it came from a ketone. However, when we have the OHs connected to one straight chain, this will always form a ring. Now, I love to call this reaction. Now, I've had students yell this out in class when instructors ask, what is the name of this reaction called? They tend to call it what I stated. And I'm like, don't do that because they'll think that you're crazy. But it's a fun way to remember it. I call this reaction alien head. You're like, girl, what? Wait for it. Okay. So remember the idea for when we were talking about the regular ones when they were separate, if we had that carbonyl, so let me just draw that as just to make sure you're still on the same page with me. We remove the 2 hydrogens and the O, and then we were left with the OH, OCH3 groups, which we added here. And just in case you didn't know, these were CH3s at the end. And that's how you wrote it separately. Now, in this case, we're going to do it slightly differently. So we still have the 2 hydrogens. So I'm now going to combine both of the hydrogens together. And, oops, just went through my whole heading. And that whole thing is me removing the water. Now, because I like to just exaggerate how it looks, right? So then what was the foundation of our reaction? We always stated that we wanted to make sure to draw the baseline of that structure first at all times. Then we're going to split the carbonyl in 2. Now, I tend to like to write my oxygens in different colors in this case, only so you can see it clearly. So I'm going to have one side that is green, the other one that is pink. I have a total of 3 carbons continuously connected, so I'm going to draw 3 carbons connected to it. 1, 2, 3. For the one at the bottom, again, if we use one that was pink and the other one that was green, in this case, we only have 2 carbons. So you're like, okay, Cassie, why did you call it alien head? All right, you want to see why? If you draw a little face and put some glasses on it, it looks like an alien head. This one looks like a blockhead because he's a square, and this one looks like a cone head. That is before your time, but if you want to go have a good laugh, go look up the Conehead movie, okay? So at the end of the day, every time you're doing acetals and you see and you note that your alcohols are connected together, connected to one chain, you will always get an alien head. Let me know if you have questions.